Robert Webb, How Not to Be a Boy. Dive into the world of Robert Webb's How Not to Be a Boy, where societal stereotypes and expectations of boys' behavior are scrutinized, leaving no stone unturned. This illuminating and engaging summary reveals how cultural norms shape the way parents approach their sons and daughters, leading to unintentional gender biases that perpetuate inequality. The book explores how historically entrenched ideas about boys' physicality and lack of emotional intelligence have long-lasting consequences on both personal and professional relationships. Get ready to rethink the way you perceive a male and a female brains and challenge the limiting constructs that define gender.
The falsehood of gender stereotypes. Parents reinforce harmful gender stereotypes, but there's no biological basis to them according to the book Delusions of Gender by Cordelia Fine. It's not uncommon for parents to say that a girl chooses to play with a doll or a boy with an action figure because of their gender. However, many parents fail to realize that these behaviors are not biologically determined. In fact, most cognitive and behavioral traits are unrelated to gender or biology. All brains are unique. Gender-specific behavior is often the result of social expectations and biases in society. Psychologist Cordelia Fine explained in her book Delusions of Gender that society is biased towards gender. She cited a study from 2000 where mothers underestimated the ability of girls to climb steep walkways while overestimating that of boys. These biases start at a young age and can influence personalities throughout life. The book challenges the notion of gender differences and the belief in inherent biological traits in men and women. The idea of a male brain or female brain is a myth. We need to break free from these stereotypes and biases to promote gender equality and allow individuals to be themselves. The unnecessary gender stereotypes. For decades, society has enforced rigid gender stereotypes, especially in regards to clothing. While women can wear pants without a second thought, men are still ridiculed for wearing skirts or dresses. Author James Andrew Wilson shares a personal story of how strict male dress codes are enforced in youth and perpetuated by bullying. He argues that the unnecessary gender stereotypes surrounding clothing create unnecessary tension and harm. Wilson's story highlights the absurdity of gender stereotypes and how they can lead to unpleasant, even traumatic experiences. Absurd gender stereotypes. Absurd gender stereotypes are still prevalent in society, despite being wrong. Comparing these stereotypes to racial or religious generalizations shows their unacceptability. The author shares how her brother, who meets society's expectations of what a man should be, also possesses emotional and nurturing qualities. Both men and women are capable of having these traits, and it's time to stop perpetuating harmful stereotypes. The absurd expectations of male behavior. From childhood, boys are raised with specific expectations of how they should behave. These expectations include being tough and not showing vulnerability or intelligence. Author Webb grew up in rural England with two older brothers who would push, nudge and engage in play fighting with him. These displays of affection were deemed acceptable as they aligned with the expected rough-and-tumble behavior between boys. However, the belief that intellectual prowess is unmanly can have detrimental effects on the academic careers of young men. Studying hard or showing an interest in intellectual pursuits can attract bullying and hinder useful study habits. Therefore, it is necessary to address the absurd expectations society has regarding male behavior to create a healthier and more accepting environment. Boys' communication skills. During a school outing, Webb played chess with his classmate Gareth, who violated several rules. Webb didn't confront him and continued playing until Gareth won. The incident highlights how poorly boys communicate, leading to conflicts and social isolation in adulthood. Unlike girls, boys aren't expected to become experts in human interaction, resulting in men who avoid conflict or get into fights. This avoidance can cause isolation and loneliness, making it essential to teach boys good manners and conversational skills to prevent these unfortunate consequences. Male socialization and bad boyfriends. The book excerpt explores the issue of male socialization and its impact on relationships. It highlights the author's personal experience of being a bad boyfriend to his first girlfriend due to his lack of communication skills. Male uncommunicativeness causes many societal plagues, including bad boyfriends who are unable to end relationships properly. The author's story is a reminder that being emotionally intelligent is essential in navigating relationships. The Reality of Masculinity. The book section describes how men, despite adhering to the traditional definition of masculinity, can express their emotions, sexuality, and love for each other. The author recounts an experience of crying in bed with his friend, who gave comfort and support. The book asserts that men can explore their sexuality and have intimate relationships with other men, as shown in the author's personal experience. The romance between the author and his friend ended in a platonic but intense, loving friendship. The section challenges the societal restrictions on men's emotions and sexuality, emphasizing the importance of compassion and authenticity. Men and the struggle to communicate. Despite the popular stereotype that men struggle to communicate, it's a problem that's very real. In this book, comedian and father Robert Webb explores his own experiences growing up with two fathers and the challenges he faced in learning to express himself. From his stepfather's guilt trips to his biological father's obsessive behavior, Webb paints a picture of how men often struggle to communicate their emotions effectively. Through his own storytelling, readers gain valuable insights into the importance of honest communication and the impact it can have on our relationships. Whether you're a man trying to become a better communicator or someone looking to understand the men in your life, this book is a must-read.
In conclusion, How Not to Be a Boy dismantles the conventional wisdom surrounding gender and societal expectations, revealing the fallacy of biologically determined behaviors. With a blend of humor and personal anecdotes, Webb touches on topics ranging from clothing that constricts boys' self-expression to the impact of restricted communication skills that lead to unhealthy relationships. By weaving in research and diverse examples, the book enables readers to confront the origins and implications of gender biases, while empowering them to envision a future where individuals can realize their potential without being shackled to limiting stereotypes. This illuminating summary serves as a reminder that challenging and revising our assumptions of what boys and girls should be can benefit everyone in the long run.